Get in the passenger.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Do anything stupid, you get a bullet to the back of your head. You understand?
I understand. It's okay. I'm
You
not
on
here to fuck
duty?
around. I am.
You have a tracker.
I do. Only for the doctors. But I do.
How do you sign off?
Just the front desk.
I'll be in the area.
Why don't you speak
I
up at
promise
these
you that.
council meetings the way Murphy does?
I have in the past. I've gone toe to toe with Max. That's why he hated me for a while there. I've tried. I really promise. I've done my best.
How do you feel about Crane?
To be honest, I've started to think that he might be getting dementia recently. He makes decisions that I do not understand.
Go in your cell. I'm gonna have to pat you down and frisk you before you do that. Open your hands up.
Yes, sir. I do have a gun.
Okay. I'm gonna be taking that off you. Just put your hands up.
No, of course. You do what you need to do. Here you are. I don't think I have anything else too crazy.
I thought you were one of the only somewhat logical people, and turns out you the opposite.
I'm sorry about that. I am. At the time, I felt like I was in a really hard position because I was elected to fight for this government and make sure that it could continue, and we were falling apart. And so I wanted
with
to
the people that caused it to fall apart.
Yeah, they did get us in this position. I don't disagree.
I have one of the council members in a discreet location right now, if you're interested.
Yeah.
Currently, talking to them.
Listen, if I get pinged by chance, would you be able to come to me? It's probably a safer spot just for the point I'm making.
Okay.
I thought it was if it's like a 701, then
Come on,
it
back
has
to
to
the
be
car.
like a 8-0, right?
It passes with half as long as Max is on that side.
I'm hearing rumors from a few sources of a piece of legislation
Okay.
being worked on called the FU legislation.
Yes, I'll talk to you about it if you want. It was a piece of legislation created by the mayor's office, essentially to figure out how we handle significantly violent felons in the future.
Whose idea is this?
And how would you handle it?
Well, it got talked down significantly. I believe at the start there were many ideas proposed. By the end of it,
Who's the vocal? Who's the vocal one of this entire
You
idea?
already know.
it was written by Siobhan.
Exactly.
Oh.
Every legislation is written by Siobhan.
She threw a lot of things in there, but by the time that Murphy interrupted, which I'm sure you're aware of by now, it was essentially just you get a twatter ban, so you can't spread terroristic threats. There wasn't much else in it other than potentially the proposal for life in prison, which I
wouldn't be able
argued
to use
against.
twat.
Sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think it was the worst thing. There were harsher punishments listed, but none of them stuck.
Like what?
Things like, a curfew, things like, not being allowed to have a driver's license, just random ideas.
Good thing the cops are here. Come on.
Who is that?
It's the cops. Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
Officer, thank God you're
you
here.
guys okay? What's happening?
We got this corrupt official. I believe she's guilty of treason.
Oh,
I would
that's
never.
someone treasonous.
I've always done my absolute best for this state. I always would. I fought in Sanguine for the state. I served twice for this place. I'd do anything, I promise.
Do anything for what?
For the people. For
It sounds
the
like you do
people of the
anything just to
state.
survive.
Right now,
Curiosity,
yes.
You happen to ever read the Constitution by chance?
Yes, I have.
And in the impeachment articles where it says you're meant to look after the people and make sure they're safe at all times.
Of course, I take that very
Something
seriously.
that would imply like gross negligence, like voting on a DOC doctrine that would imply no EMS or police to respond to anything inside a jail, and then a police officer's dropped out of a fucking helicopter and they're in there and they die and they don't get any medical response. Can you explain how that's not impeachable in your understanding, ma'am?
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Dogtown was an idea that, when coined, seemed better than it turned out to be. I can't really defend that, but I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that that's no longer a thing and that people can be safe. People
Oh
can be
no,
safe
it's still in the
prison.
legislation. You technically ain't nobody need to respond up there. You didn't change it. It's still the same. What do you mean?
Is it still? Damn, I apologize for that.
Don't you remember? You're the council.
It was never legislation that the EMS didn't have to respond there. It was just that they weren't safe in there from the threats. And
Nope, was
I can-
deemed that they would not respond. It's implied in the DOC doctrine that you guys put forth in the
Lawless.
legislation. It
Okay.
said EMS is not to respond up there. Same with PD.
Okay.
Then one of my ex-state police officers got thrown out because this place is in disarray. This pile of shit of a government that's ran by people that don't understand a goddamn thing in what they're own saying. They don't even believe in what they're saying. Everybody that voted on that, even Crane, that cocksucker, should be impeached and be held responsible for the death of Aziz.
Well, Soze,
I'm
they're
sorry for
too
your
busy
loss,
trying to
Soze.
vote in the FU legislation. She was just talking about it. It's a great piece of legislation.
No, it didn't pass.
Wait, is that the business one?
Oh no, this one's
This
worse.
one's even better.
Wait, is the business one already in where you guys can search
This one's approved.
private property?
Yes, the businesses are approved.
Oh, you should also read through the Constitution where it says for anything to be lawful in a search, it needs a search warrant signed by a judge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
The
guys know
Constitution,
legislation.
the
They
step
can do
above the
random search.
legislation.
Yeah, I can review all these things.
Impeachable.
Okay.
No, it's impeachable. You should just be impeached, honestly. I believe you all should do this review, read the Constitution before you put forward any legislation. Wouldn't it be a common sense thing to do for the people? So the
Yeah.
people's constitutional right isn't violated.
You're not wrong, sir. I'm not perfect here. I've never been a politician before. I'm doing my best, I promise.
You don't need to be a politician. You need to be a fucking human.
I am, and I work every single day to save people's lives, and I'll keep doing that even after this position. I do my best.
Canter, tell them you were busy with adoption laws. Please tell them.
Oh, and the fashion police
There's
too. The
adoption
fashion
law?
The
police.
drip law,
Oh,
yes.
the Anti-Mime Act? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that
you were-
one.
You
There's a
guys
lot
were
of
really
important
doing...
laws.
I abstained
what?
on that.
What
Yeah,
can,
that's.
can you name one law you've done to help people? What have you done to help people?
Well, wait.
One
I-
wait.
Well, wait. Tell us one thing you've done to help the people.
I believe that the legislation I've written helps.
Which is what?
Personally, it's not as well known, but I wrote legislation to protect everyone's medical records so that it can't be posted on the docket
Canter.
without your consent.
So you're saying that you don't believe in the other legislation that's been passed?
No,
So
I
then
do.
why-
There's
Oh, really?
there's ones that I believe in. There's ones that I don't as much. I wasn't really for the adoption policy at the start.
So then why was it
I-
unanimously voted by the Council of 8 then?
Because after
Interesting. Just like the rights
okay.
of the DOC being stripped the fuck away and no medical being up there in the place where
I-
you're meant to keep it safe.
It's crazy. You don't believe in it, but it's unanimously
okay.
voted yes.
I understand that looks bad. I
your
did
name,
fight them
ma'am?
on a few points. I'm Dr. Philippa Canter.
Listen, I'd love to stay in chat,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you were to imply the rhetorics of what I said earlier and, you know, the whole government entities and jurisdictions and shit, considering we're in a national park and the Constitution would only be state, even if they did have power, do you think I could put my gun in your mouth and blow your brains the fuck out and just walk out of here and never get charged for it?
I don't think you'd get away with that, sir. I mean,
Why is that?
I did.
Who's going to charge
I'm not
me?
saying-
It's a national
No,
park.
I'm
Is
sorry.
this federal law?
I
Is
don't-
This federal
I
ground?
don't
You
know.
taking it from the
I
feds?
don't. I don't know,
Is this
sir.
treason? Is this terrorism?
I'm sorry. I don't
So
know.
you're trying to
I
usurp
don't
the
know.
government?
I'm sorry. I
Maybe you're
don't.
the
I
fucking
don't.
terrorist.
I'm not. I promise. I wouldn't
So
ever.
I have her licensed firearm. You know, want me to hand it to you.
No. I don't want to kill this person. I don't think someone
Thank
being
you,
naive
sir.
is what's going against the people. But now you know there's a legislation and constitution that you should fucking read and understand. Maybe you could commit to some things and be for the people instead of the group of fucking idiots you sit around a table at that think they're doing something for the people. Maybe you should start thinking for the
Yeah.
people instead of your goddamn self. And fuck our doctor records. I don't give a shit about that. Ain't nobody else gonna give a shit about that either.
Starts pressuring you, or you let us know. Because I will say, Soze, she once did have somewhat of a good head on her shoulders, and Dab didn't like that. He
Thank
had
you,
me
sir.
go after her and try to kill her before. But long time ago, light has been shed on the corruption of the city, and it's time to stand the fuck up, Canter.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't you?
I
That
agree.
means if you don't
I do.
believe in something that's trying to get past, you vote no on it. You don't just vote yeah because everybody else voted yeah.
Just
Yes, sir.
remember, this understanding of complacency is when you don't really completely understand something. But when you're understanding that you know the goddamn fucking law, you know the Constitution, you know the shit that's fucked up, and you keep doing it, that
Yeah.
just might be treason of the goddamn
Okay.
United States of America, motherfucker.
I don't disagree when you put it like that. I will do my absolute best to make sure that I don't let anything like that happen again.
You happen to know what my name is?
I'm aware of who you are.
What's my name?
Soze, right?
Maybe not. Maybe I'm the real spirit of the law.
Okay. You could.
Nicholas.
Oh, that's. Is this Christmas? I like Christmas.
Trust me, I've only got a few gifts, and you don't want these. It's gonna be
Okay,
fucking
no,
charcoal
yeah, never
coming out
mind
the
then.
back of a pistol.
Yeah, to scratch the gifts. We don't need Christmas. Okay.
All right, well, I hope you don't feel threatened by me because I ain't gonna hurt nobody that works for the
No.
people.
Of course not. I'm not at all.
Good. But if you do some treasonous shit, I might just fucking cave your head in with a hammer.
Understood, sir.
Nice and slow.
I don't want
After
to have
I
to
rip
scoop
the
you up
ears off.
again.
Okay. I will keep these words in mind. Thank you for the fair warning, sir.
Canter,
Yeah, no, well, you're fine.
when the impeachment of Dab and Siobhan comes about,
Yeah.
back up Murphy. Do what's right.
Okay.
Do
yeah.
what's right for the people.
Yes, sir.
The people you're entrusted to look after.
I will.
You make sure that FU act doesn't go to light either.
Okay. It won't pass. I promise that.
Hopefully we don't see each other again, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Especially in
hopefully not.
federal land that might not have any jurisdiction at the moment.
Yeah. Yep. That's not ideal. I'll be at the hospital where there is jurisdiction.
Well, you better get going.
Hey,
You
listen.
got a long
Okay.
walk back.
Okay.
You seem stressed out. Why don't you smoke a joint?
I am. Oh, thank you. You know, I won't say no to that. Here, let me just.
Relax and remember
Okay.
what we're doing is for the people.
Oh,
and if you're
God.
for the people, you'll
Yep.
be fine.
Okay.
Give her shit back, Rami.
Yep.
Out of good faith.
Thank you. I really
I better
appreciate
not
it.
see a fucking warrant from this shit. You
Nope,
understand?
never. Don't you worry. Your secret's safe with me.
Pull the gun out,
I'm
you're
not one to
dying.
make enemies. Yeah, I understand, sir.
Just get a new government radio.
Yes, sir.
Have a
All
nice
right,
day. You're free to go whenever.
Take
We
your
got
IFAX
over
back
there.
too.
That way it goes back to the hospital. Follow the trail.
Understood.
Remember, it's
Yes.
federal land, so you're free to
I
walk on out
remember.
whenever you want.
Okay. I'll remember all of this. Thank you all. That was so much fun. Look at that. And they even let Canter go. Don't get me wrong. I would not have expected them to let her go. If they had shot her, I wouldn't have been mad at all. You guys have seen me before. But...
She is one of the better ones, but
Killing her
I
wouldn't have done
seen her
anything.
siding with Dab lately. So
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I mean, though. Listen, I think there's got to be some assholes, and depending on how they respond to the logic in which we say, it's going to be pretty easy to tell which one is a fuckwit and which one is.
But she said that she admitted that she just goes with the flow when it comes to the votes. Like she doesn't believe in a lot of what she votes,
I remember
but she just says
she
yeah.
used to go against it. Dab had me doing an assassination hit on her, and then ever since then, I guess she's been just going with the flow.
Interesting. Well, you know, it does make sense. Like I said, I think the crane noodle head at the top's the problem at the end of the day.
You know what she told me, which
hey.
was odd, Soze?
What's that?
Dab told me the state appointed him as commissioner, and she told me Crane appointed him as commissioner.
Yeah, so I'm not I'm not sure what the role of the Chief of Justice is and what like stance he has in say. I mean, he's technically at the top of the municipal government no matter what, right? Because he does the criminal law side of things. So the questionable thing is when they've deputized people or made people in the council police officers, that is against the oath in itself of the council. So they're also all going to be liable for that sort of shit, you know? They're sitting there letting all these impeachable things happen.
So
And
here's
their
another thing,
only
right?
reasoning for that is, well, because of what we did. Yet what we did is already done. We've already served our time. It's in the past. Yet there's still cops.
Yeah.
Man, it's not even that though. Like when Solomon was under investigation for getting impeached as council member, they stripped him from his title right away. When Murphy remember when John Paul set up Murphy with that gun, his bar license was suspended. So if those articles, if their articles of impeachment are going through right now, why are they not suspended from their duty?
The thing. Crane is the one that would okay it, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
If he's on board, it's happening instantly. There ain't no fucking votes. There ain't no fair trials.
They should be suspended
Whatever
from
that
their
man
duty.
says goes.
Solomon told me he's suspended right now. He was suspended the moment his impeachment went up. And he hasn't had a case or been talked to about it yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, surely same thing will happen to them, right?
You'd think so. But yeah, that's the exact... Sometimes actions speak louder than words, just as no actions speak louder than words. And honestly, I think half of society's at the point of running in that place with fucking hatchets and fucking hammers and just taking that shit over.
We're at like a crossroads here because like those articles of impeachment.
Also,
who
being a
approves
cop,
that?
By the way, Crane was a
Oh,
cop.
the article is in the Constitution's endorsed by the state. But if the people that are council and judges here are not impeaching people when they breach it, then everybody is a piece of shit. That's really
Well, that's
how
what's going to
it is
happen
there.
though. Like the Crane's not going to sit there and say, all right, this impeachment is going through. You're no longer a mayor, Maximilian. Like that's not going to happen.
Exactly. He's not going to do it to anybody that does what he says. Almost every judge will do what he says.
Exactly.
Almost
That's my
everybody in the
question.
council will do what he says. So
The head of the DOJ was also the head of the council, who was also a police officer.
Who's also
well, the
Well,
oath in it
well,
says
so,
the council oath says you shouldn't join any other government agency. So as soon as you join a PD or whatever the fuck, then You're breaking your oath, which is also impeachment. So it's like a never-ending story of impeachments that don't get enforced.
The mayor broke his oath by becoming the
They all
commissioner
did.
as well.
Yeah,
well, no,
right?
I don't think the mayor says the council oath. I don't believe. I'm not sure though. Like I said, I don't know
here's
everything.
my question. Here's my question. Is this impeachment shit? That's gonna go to a courtroom, right? Who's gonna be that judge?
Well, that's the issue. I mean,
like if it's Crane, it's fucked.
It's totally dependent on that. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be Crane. I think he's too heavily involved, and he's a part of the council, and he's.
Well, the thing is, if he's heavily involved and he's the head, anybody under him's involved because, you know, he's their power authority.
There is another way to remove him from power. In the legislation for the
Put a
Council
fucking
of
bullet in
Eight.
his
Well,
head.
no. In the legislation for the Council of Eight, I remember reading about this. If 3 of them vote, 3 of them can vote for a council member to be out.
Yeah, but it's only out of the council. He's in the council as a seat because it's
if we have
the
Murphy,
DOJ
Canter,
seat.
and then unfortunately Walker's dead. Who are the other ones?
Oh, you're silly.
Right. You
Cornwood
can get
is
him
not gonna do
removed
it.
from the council, but he's still going to be the DOJ lead. And as soon as the mayor comes in,
I'm talking about I'm talking
he's
about
appointed, I
Dab.
believe.
He's still gonna be the mayor.
Oh,
The
he can still be the
commissioner?
mayor. Yeah, they're assholes.
I'm gonna
Like
be
if the
honest.
mayor's not in the council, what is he
Hold
gonna?
on.
What
I'm
can he
gonna be
pass?
honest. The only way we
I
get
don't
this
know.
guy out of office is in a fucking body bag.
Yeah,
After seeing
well,
the
we need
shit
an
he's
uprising
done
of
and
the
the
people.
actions
That's
he's
what we
taken,
need.
the extremes he's gone to, he won't just step out of office.
Yeah, he gotta
You think
die.
you guys
I
are
ain't
gonna
gonna
impeach
lie.
him in the court and he's gonna leave? Hell nah. He's
The
gonna
streets
ride it
need-
out
streets
till he
need
fucking
justice.
dies.
This is why the slow game works. Okay, they got to catch wind of anything we do, and you know, even the lady there. There's a reason we didn't want to pop her. I believe if we get these people to pass a law that allows us as people to vote on a legislation change, and if it passes the vote, then it's accepted. That's something we need to try and push for. So it's a true democracy. Maybe it's something like, you know, if we get 500K or something, we can file for any legislation we want. If it passes the vote, then it's done. That way, we only need to talk to the people to have anything to change. They're irrelevant in terms of what we can push forward as people. It could never get, you know, corrupt to the extent that everybody hates it that way.
I think we gotta
Actual
crumble down
democracy.
what's currently in place and rebuild it, like you said, with proper legislation.
Mm-hmm.
A voice for the people. But first, we gotta break down the old structure.
Yeah, I mean, it might be very possible that I just end up going on a manic killing spree. I tell you, hearing the shit that these guys have gotten away with, just I can't believe they were going to put me in treason while taking everybody's rights and being impeachable at the same time, all knowing the DOJ's running it all.
I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you.
I'm okay.
I was so worried.
wasn't-
There was if half the PD wasn't fucking fucked up in the sea, I would have come rushing for you.
No, it's okay. It happens.
But you're okay.
I talked myself out of it. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Thank God. What
Everyone's
happened?
fine.
Left feels open.
Nothing happened. It was just a misunderstanding. I'm
I
okay.
literally was like, well, maybe Canter still needs to be deputized. As soon as I saw the 911 at the
Yeah. Well, maybe. But I think that I know how to avoid anything happening to me now, I guess.
Really? How so?
I'll be fine. I'm just gonna be
Canter-
really careful.
Canter, what happened? What'd they say?
It's fine. It's just a misunderstanding.
Canter.
Hey, how you doing?
Who was it?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest.
Come on, Canter, say it true.
I
Who do you
don't
think
know.
it was?
I-
Use your best judgment.
I'm not.
Did they hit you?
No, they didn't. No one hurt me.
God, no one hurt
I'm
her.
okay. No one hurt
No
me.
voices?
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, you need that.
Hey,
You drink
Siobhan,
up.
what
You
have we
drink up.
texted? What have I texted you?
What have you texted me? Why are you
What have I
concerned about what
texted
you've
you?
texted me? Canter, you know
Listen,
something you're not
listen.
telling me.
I don't remember what we texted. What have we texted?
Stuff about plotting to get Turgle and Decker to be together, mostly matchmaking
Oh, that's
things.
okay. That's like anything that might, piss anyone off.
You mean like maybe CG off? Yeah, we've texted about that.
Just any. Oh.
Yeah, we've texted
Just
about that.
anyone. Oh, not the novel.
Canter, you
Oh
and I are
God!
in the
Now
same
they're gonna
boat,
know
aren't
that
you?
that everyone thinks we're sleeping together. Everyone's
it's
gonna
in
know.
there.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
I'm sure they won't focus on all that.
No, they probably won't focus on that. I'm not cheating on my husband, by the way.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Not happening.
No.
Okay, on my most recent phone, all you said to me, okay, I said when Murphy said, I bet you do, I wanted to say you would know Murphy. You responded, LeMayo, you should have. I said, I need his vote, Canter. We need his vote. You said, shit, good point. I said, after
that's bad.
though.
That's really bad.
It could have been nicotine, tobacco.
Then I said, fuck Murphy, Braun. You said, fucking agreed. I'll try to be around more over the next few days while this plays out. So, do we look like
I'm
we are
dead.
absolutely bestie friends? Yes, we do. Did you say you're dead?
Yep. It's not ideal.
It's over now. You're safe. Ish.
It's not over. Things keep happening. And I don't know whether this had to do with any one thing, but I'm good. I think it finally got to me. I've been hurt over this position so many goddamn times, and now the council is falling apart. So what was any of it for?
I know.
Why do I show up to those meetings every single time? Why do I do all of this? I don't know. Yeah, no, but we should have a functioning government that actually cares. And
Do you know what happens when government is destabilized?
what?
The hospital stops, the PD stops, the Department of Justice stops, all of them cease, and we get the purge forever. Here's what will happen when that happens, right? Here's what happens if that happens, right? Purge forever. It'll be fun for maybe like 3 days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks tops. And then criminals will just be stealing things and nobody's there to chase them and they just take stuff. And who are they even stealing it from? There's literally no adversity. It's just a story of people who get what they want all the time, which is, I know how to say this, boring. It's literally shite. And when that happens, all of the civilians in the city, since there's no one protecting them anymore, and there's no functioning government, will leave.
I see.
They're seeking to
what
end
you're
it.
saying. I do. I am worried that maybe I'm not the good guy that I was trying to be. I tried to work with the people that were so against me. You and Max were so against me, and I put everything aside to try to fight for the state. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe I lost something in that process.
Canter, if anything, you gained something. I gained something. A friend. And personal relationships are the only thing that make this life worth living. I'm remembering something Max said right now. He told me, Siobhan, don't fuck with CG. They will clap you until you don't wake up.
I'm gonna walk this way. How can I have faith in anything, Siobhan? Even you, I still don't believe you, and you wouldn't tell me the truth.
It was like Max said.
How?
It wasn't something that we asked for, but did I know about it?
Adi?
What was gonna happen? Yeah. But I would never order somebody to hurt you. And I never have. I know you don't believe me.
Maybe you should, because I
don't give up on people.
Siobhan,
No. What do you mean maybe I should?
Maybe you should, because I don't know if I'm strong enough to deal with this. So you should just give up, and I'm gonna go, I don't know, be against you, I guess. I don't know anymore. What's the point in anything? I'll be the person who votes no to everything, and I'll just, this time it won't even matter what it is. I don't even care. I don't know.